Thank you so much for joining us. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon, and it is Share Your Brand Experience on ConsumerHalla TV. It's about storytelling. It's about we having your narration, your experience about a brand industry. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Ire Ayomi Kunle Eke.
All right, thank you so much for joining us once again on Share Your Brand Experience this evening on ConsumerHalla TV. I'm Kike Lomo Ajibola, and you know how we do it. Like I said, like we always say, please follow us across all our social media platforms: Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and on YouTube. Especially subscription is very, very free for you to always watch us every weekdays from the hour of 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is another beautiful edition of Share Your Brand Experience, and we are here to talk about another exciting topic. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Kike. I was just about turning to you because what we're about to talk, what we're having on the table that we're about to dissect, we've had this conversation quite a lot of time, but now with the situation of things, it does not look like it is stopping soon. So that is why we still have to talk about it, because we need to create an awareness. We're talking about customer care service, and according to statistics, customer service in Nigeria remains a present issue across sectors such as telecommunications, banking, hospitality, and public services, despite some gains from digital transformation. Many Nigerians still face long wait times, poor complaint handling, and a lack of professionalism. The state of customer care service in Nigeria, a 2023 no-poll survey showed that 61% of Nigerians are dissatisfied with the customer care service due to poor communication, lack of empathy, and slow complaint resolution were top issues. The telecommunication and power sectors performed worst, with PHCN, Airtel frequently, and Airtel most times cited for inefficiencies. And for real life experience sharing, and for more insight on how to get statistic right about customer care service, we have Adella G, who is an healthcare provider and also a seasoned on-air personality, OAP, join us virtually on the program all the way from Ibadan for more awareness. Adela, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm honored to be here.
All
Can
right.
you hear me?
Thank you so much. Yeah, of course, I can hear you well. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay. All right, the pleasure is mine.
And how is Ibadan doing this evening?
Oh, well, for the sun, it's really, really hot.
All right. Ṣé láfíà lẹ wà ń bẹ̀ wọn?
Alafia Lawal.
All right then, Olúwa ṣeun.
I don't think she's from Ibadan actually, because that doesn't sound like someone else from
She's not
Ibadan.
for you, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
And now, all right, let's get into the insights, the conversation. Can you please share your real life experience, because it's needed, the one you've had about poor customer care issues in brief?
all right. Okay, so basically, I'm someone that loves explaining things in details. So I would start. It's happened to be a night time. So we were going out to get inhaler for my mom. On the way,
Okay.
you know, this rough guys, they snatched our phone and we rushed to the bank. It was late already, so we rushed to the bank to inform the security and also called the customer care service, informing them to block the account, to lock the account, so they would be able to find something funny to do and all that. And which they said they'll be on it, they will do it and stuff like that. Only for us to get back home, and in the middle of the night, around 12 a.m., 1 a.m., we started receiving debit alerts. We're not wondering, as we called these people and informed them already and told them about the situation of things on ground, and they told us they would do something about it. So how come they did? Was it like they didn't do anything about it, or what really happened? So it was really, really a devastating moment. You know, moms are smart. We're trying to get our medication, and also in the process of that, there was a loss, not a loss, like huge loss. So it was really, really funny and disheartening. Actually, it was really, really disheartening. So basically, that's one example, like one life experience that I can never forget. Hello.
Oh, we are so sorry about that. There was a little bit of a glitch with the network. Sorry, I didn't catch the last thing you said.
Oh,
Maybe you should start from where you said you started receiving the debit alert in the middle of the night.
oh right. Okay, so we started receiving debit alerts, debit upon debits, and
Mm-hmm.
it was really, really disheartening because we began to wonder. We informed them already about the situation of things on ground. So how come? Was it that they didn't carry out any action or they just
Yeah.
left it? It was really a disheartening situation for real because having an asthmatic patient, if you have an asthmatic patient, you would understand how
Mm.
that thing would be. It's just like a whole huge loss, and for in a nutshell, it was highly disheartening.
Honestly, you don't need to have an asthmatic patient to understand the pain and the emotional attachment or stress that people who have them in the
Yeah.
corner go through. Because one way or the other, we all know what asthma is, and it is a very, very
Mm-hmm.
chronic and demanding disease or illness that some human beings do
Illness.
go through.
Yeah.
But I would like to ask you, what were you able to do after the
Okay.
money was taken out of your account? Were you able to do anything? Was the bank able to do something?
Well, unfortunately, it was a weekend, so the following Monday we had to go to the bank and we laid a complaint, and they said they couldn't really do anything regarding that because the person who stole the phone bought airtime on our own number. You understand? So the debit was to our own number. So there was really nothing they could do because it wasn't traceable and stuff like that. So it was a whole loss. And another one I
Oh,
could
so the person
remember
did.
was one time I made. Yeah,
No,
sorry, you're
continue,
saying
continue. Don't
something.
worry. I would ask you the question later.
Okay.
Continue what you're talking about.
All right. Yeah. So another one I could remember was when I did an erroneous transfer of 42,000 naira. A students like me. Very funny. So I reached out to I firstly called my bank manager and he gave me the procedure on what to do, which I followed. Then they had to tell me that I have to get affidavits, do this, do that. I'm the one that made this erroneous transfer. And I'm telling you what that happened to me. You're telling me to get affidavits, get this, get that before you can help me. Yes, the stress was just too much. I just like let it be because trust me. And then work was demanded. School work was highly demanded. So there was no time for me to go to the high court to get an affidavit done and all that. So basically, the two most disheartening experience I've had with customer cares are with banks.
Wow. Honestly, I'm not even surprised that you said the two most horrific one you've had are with banks, because I think now their name is almost on the lips of every Nigerian, which is a very, very bad thing, a very bad reputation to have. So I wanted to go back to the first instance that you made mention of. First of all, I'm very, very sorry about the
Apologies about
experiences
that.
that you went through. It's not nobody's fault, honestly, but it's just, I think it's
No,
normal for
yeah,
Nigerians to always
fine.
say sorry, or whether you're wrong or you're
Yeah,
right. Sorry is our anthem right now. So you said the person didn't just remove the money and then
definitely.
she
Yeah.
was buying the person, okay, he or she was buying card into their own
Mm,
on their SIM. Was that it?
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So why
No,
can't they
into our own sin.
yeah,
Like
why can't they
our
not shoot?
number.
Oh, into your own number.
Hmm.
That is very smart. I give it
That's
to that to that.
Yes,
that's
exactly.
dubious. You can say that
Oh, I
again.
just got it now. So it was the person was
Very.
buying card into your own SIM
Yeah,
card.
you can understand the point. Yeah, so the first.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
This is the first time I'm hearing
Yeah.
this, honestly. Like I always say sometimes that Nigerians, we are full of knowledge, but most of the time we use our knowledge for illegal things.
Mm-hmm.
I've never in my life will I think of somebody stealing your phone, then using your own money to buy airtime into your own SIM card. Because one way or the other, they're going to make money. They're going to sell that card from that particular.
That was the first I would say as well.
Wow, that is.
You can
I'm sorry, the
imagine.
person that stole your phone. This is not the first time they are stealing phones.
He's a professional.
Very, very big professional thief. Because oh my
Yeah.
god, you.
All right. Now, we apologize for your experience and thank you so much for sharing that with us. And that will definitely create another awareness for people
Yeah,
watching
honestly.
the program. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what are the root cause of poor customer care services in Nigeria?
I would say number one, empathy. Then number two, priorities. Then number three, workload. I mean, I've been to banks. I'll start from number three. I've been to my own bank. I use Fidelity, and sometimes I would see the customer care section filled up. Even when I go to Zenith, I see the same thing there, filled up, and there's this each queue. People waiting for their turn and all
Yeah,
that, and we are
sitting.
just seeing just two customer care service, eight sitting,
Always
two
just
for
two.
the
I don't
number
know
of
why.
people on the queue. You get, so the workload on these people is way too much than um what they have on ground, way too much than the staffs. You get, the workload is more than the staffs. Are you there?
We can hear you, please.
All right. Thank you so much for that insight. Now, having said the root cause, can you share with us the solution that you think can end poor customer care services in Nigeria? Because, stylishly, knowingly or unknowingly, it has become a cankerworm and has eaten deep into the customer services system in Nigeria.
Okay, so we all know that the world is fast evolving. So I'll feel if they can implement technology more and AI, the use of AI. Using MCOPA, I don't know if you've heard about MCOPA.
No.
MCOPA uses chatbots. Okay, right?
Okay.
They use
That makes
chatbots.
sense.
You understand? So if you send in a text, or maybe you want to make an inquiry, or you have a complaint or something like that, there's this. It answers you immediately. It gets what you want to do done immediately. That's the work of the chatbot. You understand? So if more banks or other organizations out there can implement that as well. Then also feedbacks. They should value feedbacks. And they can,
Thank you.
there's this thing they call review on Google. Yeah, take for instance
Yeah,
this
Google
review they do on
reviews.
Google Play
Yeah.
Store and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here you get, if they can do something like that, they'll be able to know, because humans, especially Nigerians, we want to lay our pains. Like, we want you to know what we are going through. You understand? So if they can create that kind of platform for people to
Yeah.
pull down their concerns, then it will help them know what to do better. It will help them know what
Yeah.
to do better. And also getting enough staffs. And it's not compulsory the staffs
I wanted to say that actually.
are on ground.
They
It's
can
not
work from
compulsory they
home,
are on
hybrid.
ground. Yeah, you get that. It might be hybrid and it can be 100% remote. Just they do it. People at Ghana, I have a friend that does something like that at Ghana. So if it can be remote, you might be, since you have a laptop, you can just employ people so they
Exactly.
get this thing done. But I feel, since it's remote, I feel maybe they might be thinking about the pay, how to pay staffs and all that. But there are ways you can
I
run the
think that's actually the
organization
most
and it will
easiest
go
part of it.
smoothly.
As if you have hybrid staff,
Staff.
that's one of the most easiest way to pay people
Yeah,
because you're not paying for transportation, you're not paying for a lot of things. So
Just being
it's
there for
even
that,
you get the
easier for you to
point.
pay
for the
hybrid than a
service.
physical staff. And so let's backtrack a little bit because I wanted to ask you some questions, but in
All
this
right.
question that you just
Okay.
answered, she answered a little bit of
All
it. For
right.
me, I think particularly empathy is the biggest problem that we have in customer service in Nigeria because it's not just the
Yeah, yeah.
manufacturer now. The manufacturers sometimes they even train these staffs. They try because I know that what I've heard is that customer service providers don't just get the job; they undergo at least a 3-month training before they are put like in
Yeah.
front of the desk. So I feel like manufacturers have tried their best. Maybe they're not doing a follow up enough, but I think it is more of an
Exactly.
empathy situation because how can I be calling you that I have an urgent matter for you to solve for me, and the next thing you are telling me is what is your mother's maiden name, what is your father's, unnecessary.
What year did you
You
get
can
this?
what year did I get
Unnecessary,
the sim?
Oh,
A sim that I've been using
unnecessary things.
for more than 12 years. How am I supposed to remember when I got that particular sim? So these are issues that we
You
need
you
to deal with the
understand?
staffs themselves. Thank you very much. And also the fact that the workload, like you said, Honestly, it is too much. Most banks always have just 2 customer service on ground. You will see 20.
On seats.
Do you not know what is funny is that it's only in customer service that you will see chairs lined up in front of the people because they know that you're going to wait a long time. It's a strategical
Then they
thing
give
that
you a form to fill.
Thank you very much. Just to waste your time on unnecessary things that you can easily go there, explain to them. Even though you want to document things a little bit, don't give me a full, sheet of paper for me to start filling whatever I don't
like
even
I'm
understand.
writing WAEC.
Exactly.
An exam.
You get
So I think
it.
it's more of an empathy because it's very very sad and it can be personal because I have gone through customer service issues and I'm very sure
Almost everybody has
gone through
actually.
customer service issue.
Then
Like the way
another thing, okay. Yeah, I
No,
want
you
to
can
say
talk,
something.
Kato.
Another thing I feel they should scrap up at this moment is giving forms. Because basically you have my
Thank
information
you.
on your system. So why are you
Oh my
stressing me
God.
to go all over again? You can just ask for my name and
And
yes,
you see
probably my phone
everything.
number or something, then bring it out. Like hospitals does that nowadays. The
Thank
hospital
you.
I once worked at, all you just need to do is just input the patient's name, then you know the rack where the patient's card is. Life
Yeah,
has
by
gone
their
far
card number.
beyond.
In fact,
Yeah,
some
you get
hospitals,
it.
even if you don't want to tell your name, you can just give them the last number of your card. Even in university,
Card and they bring it
for your
out.
clinical, it is most likely your card number they're going to use
They
to
ask
search
for
for
no
you.
names.
Not like they will give you a
You get
full
it.
foolscap sheet for you to start writing jam questions and the likes.
I thank you so much, Adella G, for your
Yes.
beautiful insight. And with everything you've said, you've nailed it, starting from the root cause and to the solutions. I think it's time the banks and all other
lot of them.
service
All the
providers now start to know
organizations.
that this is 2025, not 2005 again. We are in the Gen Z
I
world, not in the
mean,
analog world. The issue of you asking me formed, it's tiring, and
Very tiring.
you start to crack your brain about what you registered with them for almost like 10 years ago. I mean, what I was thinking 10 years ago when I wanted to
I can't remember everything. What's
bank
your
with you
address?
or,
What's your this? No.
engage business with you is different from what I'm thinking now. So thank you so much for bringing all those beautiful insight. And I think with
pleasure's
the
mine.
workload, of course, it's so tiring on them. You can see them; they get tired easily. Most of them will tell you, "Well, we are coming." Maybe they'll go to restroom and go somewhere to
Even physically in bank,
Exactly.
they will leave customers stand. I don't know where they do that because I'm very sure other countries don't do this. It is very very distressing. Like I said earlier on, it's more
Well,
of the
actually-
the staffs
Staffs.
that have that issue because you would see customers queued up and you will walk majestically out of that customer's presence. That's your job. You should have a fixed time. Yeah, you can have pressing. You are pressed. You want to go and use the toilet. You can always have a time. They don't even offer an apology. Oh, sorry, excuse me for just 2 minutes. Let me go and quickly use the restroom. It's as if they're entitled to using that restroom at a particular time in the presence of their own customers. And like you said earlier on about the
Like courtesy.
there's no courtesy about the chatbots. Some banks actually have
Yeah.
chatbots. I think Zenith has Ziva or something. Some other
Yes,
ones also have
yes,
it, but not all of them.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not
Access.
surprised that Fidelity is having this particular customer because I don't think they have a lot of customers compared to some banks. Like for them to now.
Well, actually, I would say basically, I don't mean I could go through all those process. Probably they would have done something, but due to
Well,
my
that's
own
a
work
lot.
That was a very
schedule,
long
I
one.
could not go. But I heard that it's
and
not
the
only
funniest-
for Fidelity. It's not
No,
only
it's not
for
for Fidelity,
Fidelity.
it's all of them.
Since-
I'm just saying that they
it's
could have prioritized you because I don't think Fidelity has that much customers compared to some other banks. And honestly, all those unnecessary go to this place, bring your NIN, bring your affidavit. What do I need an affidavit for? Am I changing something in my bank? I don't know. I just feel like some of the time they just need to buy time for themselves. All these things are absolutely not necessary, and I think government needs to regulate these rules, particularly for consumers that are actually using these things because it's very tiring for me to lose money, and then it's taking me 6 months to collect this money back.
Thank you so much, Adella G.
Alright.
And I support
Yeah.
I support you 100,000,000 times about the government need to do a whole lot of reform and regulation. And now, if you are talking about the government, I think it's right time. There is an English adage that says charity begins at home. We find if
I
you
like
ask,
that.
of course, if you ask me, I know that one of the main reasons why empathy is lost is because we are humans, and we know the way we are always desperate when we get the job. And now maybe they've gotten the job, they
They're
feel
relaxed.
they are relaxed,
Very
they feel like they are
relaxed.
on top of the world, at their comfort zone, and they start mistreating people. So definitely, if anybody would talk, if consumers would talk about a particular, they will not call the name of the staff. They will not call Irayomi Kole. They will not call Kike. They will call this bank, this bank, this.
Yes.
Not
That.
this.
So
Thank you very
I
much.
think
That's the
it's high
point.
time for the top officials of the bank to
The
always,
manufacturer
the
himself.
manufacturers, maybe the top executives of these banks, of these service providers, to know to call a round table meeting, to just a meeting, an awareness that will start as a subtle reminder of the reason why we
They
employ
were
you
employed.
in the first instance. And thank you so much for those beautiful insights. I think with all these things, if
Yes.
things are properly done, because we have a lot of people that say this is Nigeria, anything goes, but we will never stop doing that because we are
Exactly.
media,
For
and we'll keep creating
real.
awareness until they do the good and right thing. Thank you so much, Adella G, for joining us
Definitely.
on the conversation all the way from
The
Ibadan,
pleasure is mine.
health care
The pleasure is
provider
mine.
and a seasoned on-air personality. Such a beautiful one, such an amazing analysis. We appreciate you.
Thank you. The pleasure is mine. I'm glad to be here,
Before
though.
you go, all right, before you go, for 1 minute, let's have your concluding remark.
Okay, so basically, I would say we all know how Nigeria is, and if the customer care wants to be better, it starts from the personality itself. So you should always remember that as a customer care provider, um, the top of your list as a customer care provider, your number one priority is the people, is the
Exactly.
customers. Sure, you understand. So you have to know that to get them comfortable, you have to be out there to do everything to get their needs met. Truly,
Thank
some
you.
customers will be so frustrating. Yeah, they might be
Very.
frustrating
They
at
can
times, but
actually.
it's just, yeah, that's where this stress management comes in, anger management comes
Professionalism
in. So
comes
you just
in. Exactly.
professionalism comes in. Sure, you get. So you just have to know that you have to be calm no matter what. You have to be calm. You have to mind your speech and do everything you can in your power to meet with their needs.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
so much, Adela G. I'm highly impressed. Thank you so much for joining us on the conversation once again. Please do well to enjoy
Yeah.
yourself and say me bye to the people of Ibadan.
Oh my God.
All right, so Odabo.
Yeah, what about?
All right, thank you so much for joining us. That's a very insightful conversation. It was brief, short, and concise. It has all the
Information
information
needed.
needed in it. But I think the one that is quite amazing to you is about the issue she had whereby
Yeah.
using account of my
That's
ATM.
very smart.
Ibadan don't pay it's called
Like
it is Ibadan. So don't be surprised. There is an adage in Ibadan that when you steal something, when you steal something from you, Ibadan people will tell you, why did you put it in the
yeah,
place
why did
where
you
the thief came
exactly?
to? I jacked that stuff from you. Wọ́n máa ní ọmọ Ìbàdàn tí ó jalè ojú lóró pé
It's
ìwọ náà
just
ṣe gbé
shy.
ìwọ náà ṣe gbé níbi tí olè máa ti gbé. So please let us all stay very careful, a very beautiful insight right there. And I'm sure if all these things are properly done,
Things
there will
will be
be
better.
changes. Definitely, of course, there will be changes. All right, we need to bring everything to an end on Share Your Brand Experience. I enjoyed myself, and I know
I
Kike too
did
enjoyed
actually.
herself on the conversation. We'll be back again next week, Wednesday, for another insight. Kike, we would not get tired if it's to keep calling people from top for them to share their experience, and this reaching out to the audience, right, reaching out to the right authorities, and creating a very high level and range of awareness. That is when they will stop. Definitely we'll keep doing what we know how to do best till they get their awareness and get the message you are passing across to them for the betterment of Nigeria. We
Yeah.
will stop. Thank you so much for joining us. I am Ire Ayomikunle, aka. We'll see you next week by the special grace of God. Do well to follow us on all our social media platforms. We love you. Enjoy the rest of your evening.